So today we do the jhana. Okay, there are 4 jhanas which we are supposed to do. So if we take what Buddha is saying even in MN 107, if you look at it, it's after meals, he says, remove the 5 hindrances. Using the same words, aranyagatova, like that, if you really see it. And then he uses something there, upattam, upattapitva, ujumkaya panidhaya, satim upattapitva, okay, parimukham. Okay, the same words are used even for hindrances. Okay, in every different kind of suttas, you'll find this either watching the breath. It doesn't say close the eyes or do something. It's about watching the breath. Hi, Chirag. So, what we need to do is that you put your attention in the front, and shouldn't forget that in anything in life which we do out of manasikara. Unfortunately, manasikara is rendered as attention. It's okay, but actually it is making up your mind. So you have to make up your mind. So that is what you're going to do. To make up your mind, meaning to bring your attention to the front. And what do you see in the front is the question. You can see many things in the front. First, you might get abhicca, vyapada, hinamida, udacha, kukucha, visikiccha. These are the 5 hindrances. Because they hinder you from doing what you're supposed to do. And the first hindrance that might come to you is doubt. Now, after sitting like this, what should I do? So, in general, we close eyes. And that's not what it is. So, first step is so sato va assa sati, sato va passa sati. You need to be attentive, because manasikara, to see your breathing. That's all. So there are 2 aspects to it. Sati has to be developed, attention has to be brought. So you're attending to the breath, and sati will take over. Okay. Now, without attention, can I have sati? Not possible. Because sati is not something which is the next step. What does that mean? First, you should have interest, chanda. Don't forget that Mulaka Sutta. It's not about sitting in one place. You might sit, you might not sit, that's irrespective. But do you have interest? Check whether you have interest or you don't have interest. If you don't have interest, the next step will not happen, manasikara. If manasikara now doesn't happen, phassa doesn't happen. If phassa doesn't happen, the vedana doesn't happen. If vedana doesn't happen, then the samadhi doesn't happen. Okay, if samadhi doesn't happen, sati doesn't happen. So don't forget. So first I should be interested in doing it. And the thing which removes the interest is doubt. Now here comes the problem. There are different traditions, there are different opinions, there are different techniques, there are so many different varieties. I don't know what should I follow. And the quickest and the easiest answer is follow the Buddha. So if you have not done the previous step, that is Silavanta, no point in coming here, because your mind is not yet unconditioned with sensual. Because vivicheva kamehi, vivicheva akusala dhammehi. It's not about watching the breath. It's not about a exercise to watch the breath. I'll put 1 hour and I'll watch the breath. That's like child play, which is required, but we are not talking child play anymore. So we have to give up these techniques slash traditions if we want to progress in what Buddha says. So what I'm going to do now is that I should be sure that number one, I have interest. If I have interest, there is no doubt. Doubt cuts interest. It will not allow you to fix it, meaning whatever interest you have, it will cut it because it creates disturbance. So when the disturbance happens, that just starts, restlessness starts because I'm now restless. I want to know what is correct. So I will not do. The interest dwindles and then the mind is gone. So if we are losing watching breath in few minutes after sitting, it means the interest is gone. Clear? So basically, shouldn't lose interest. Now let's say I have interest. What about manasikara then? Do I have manasikara? I have made up my mind. Yes, I have made up my mind to sit for 1 hour. No. No, I made aditthana of sitting for 1 hour. No. That still doesn't answer that. Why? Manasikara has two aspects, yoniso, ayoniso. Are you on yoniso? Are you on ayoniso? Setting a time is ayoniso. Continuous practice is yoniso. Expecting a return is ayoniso. Non-expectation is yoniso. Upadana, that is grasping, is ayoniso. Non-grasping is yoniso. Again, we are not talking about the initial techniques. That's good, but that's all what it is. Like a kindergarten, you go and you finish it. Nothing wrong. But kindergarten is not PhD. This PhD is PhD, graduation is graduation, kindergarten is kindergarten. So what we have learned so far is kindergarten. That's fine, but it's kindergarten. So Buddha Dhamma resides on yoniso manasikara, not on ayoniso manasikara. He is on non-grasping. It's not on grasping. So anutpada parinibbana is why you are following Buddha. That means Ratha Vinita Sutta, if you see 7 chariots, then the last chariot is anutpada parinibbana. That means if you grasp anything, that itself is a samsara. So now that I have become Silavanta, now it's time for me to get into the bhavana. Because I've done Indriya Samvara, I've done this, now it's time. So what happens? Vivicheva kamehi. So there is no ichcha. Ichcha means desire. Vivichya is to cut that desire. So there's no desire to stay in kama. So now I got that. Vivicheva akusala dhammehi. Now I don't have 5 hindrances either. Number one, I didn't have any doubt. That means I don't have to close my eyes. I have no doubt that I have to close my eyes. It's not that I shouldn't close my eyes, but it's not mandatory that I need to close my eyes. It's not mandatory for me to sit. It's not mandatory for me to stand. It's not mandatory for me to walk. It's not mandatory for me to lie down. These are 4 postures only. There's no mandatory that I need to have a cushion. I need to have a backrest. I need to have this. I need to have that. It is a grasping. So anything that is grasping is dukkha. Because ayoniso, I'm not have a thoughtful discernment. So now that I don't have vivicheva kamehi, vivicheva akusala dhammehi, now I am ready to start. So what do I start? Just sit, bring the attention on the front, tension or mindfulness or whatever you want to call that as, but it's still yoniso manasikara. So when I get that, manasikara sambhava sabbe dhamma, then how does it become, how does it arise? Phassa samudaya sabbe dhamma. Now what do you see now? Now you started watching the breath. So first thing you are going to become aware. Sati is the temperature. Okay. As in Utu, you will come to see there is hot and cold. So when you bring your attention on the front, the awareness will flow throughout your face and especially the nose area because that is where the activity is. So you get into sati of the breath. And once it fires, meaning once the log and the fire were to join together, the fuel and fire works. Now you don't have to do anything. It takes care of itself. The sati has now taken over with attention, with manasikara. So if it is ayoniso manasikara, I will feel I am breathing. If I am having yoniso manasikara, I know breathing is an activity. So now investigation also starts with this step. So I can have the temperature, first thing, utu. Then I will get pressure. There's pressure. What is pressure? You feel something is pulling and something is giving up. Pulling, giving. That means expansion, contraction is there. And there's a movement also. There's something moving. It's not still. And there is stretching. The body is stretching and coming back. Stretching, coming back. Then there is light tingling sensation, meaning there is vibration. So you can see in the nose, on the face, through awareness, that it is vibrating like this. Then there is flow, free flow, which in Goenka technique called as Dhara Prava. So you can see it in front of your face, that there is indeed free flow, starts to flow. Then there is pulsation. You can feel the heartbeat throughout your face. Now, what Goenkaji teaches you to see here, Buddha teaches you to see everywhere. That's the only difference. Here, you're putting pressure to see it, whereas Buddha has no pressure. It's about easing out than getting cooked up. This is why the reason in one of the video of Vimala Ramsi, Bhante Vimala Ramsi, after working with Burmese technique for 20 years, he gave up. He called that as a stress. And he came up with that 6 hour because he knew after working out with this technique, it doesn't take you anywhere except for getting you stressed out. So he gave up that because this problem you keep on watching here is stress, and it's upadana. Upadana pachaya bhava. So it becomes bhava pachaya jati. So now you are in unending patisamutpada cycle. So you need to cut that cycle. So just observe in the front. Don't have to close your eyes. Don't have to do anything. Bring the attention towards the face. And because the activity is happening in the nose area more than anywhere else, the attention automatically goes to the breath. You don't have to push to the breath. It comes automatic. And don't worry about a posture. It's about looking in the front. It doesn't matter what posture you have. So relax on the posture. Just watch. Just a witness. Now, when I get that, when I get into this pulsation, it spreads throughout the body. Now I can have the heartbeats pulsation across the body. There is no part of the body where there is no heartbeat. If yes, that means that portion is dead. I think so. That means the blood is not flowing. It is dead. There is no pulsation. You can be 100% sure that every part of your body from head to toe has pulsation. And when you have pulsation of it, you can be driven into the contact points. The first contact point is a temple area. You can see it is pulsating. The next contact point is on the skull. It's pulsating. The third contact point is in the back, near the area of the spinal column starting. And the entire spinal column is pulsating. That's a contact point. And that's the reason you're supposed to sit erect. You can see the contact points. Then the contact point is in the bottom, then the thighs, then the legs, then the feet, then the chest, then the abdomen. These are the contact points. You can see something happening in the contact point, at which time from the kayika you come into chetasika. By doing this, your mind is, when you say mind, it means it can recognize. So you're recognizing that this is throbbing, this is this, like that. Now the body is no longer accessible as a physical entity. It turns into pleasantness because the breath becomes calming and soothing. And sometimes, if some defilement comes, it becomes unpleasant. Let's say some anger which was there in me, resentment which was there in me, or some bad situation which happened in my life, and that comes up, then the breath becomes tight, irregular, forced, and I can see pulsation in my chest, which is called BPM, beats per minute, and then you can see it increasing. Then in some cases, it can become natural, as though you're not breathing, very effortless. That means it is neutral. Then you can find subtle joy coming. You don't know why this joy is, because you're getting slowly into samadhi. So whenever you are on to samadhi, it becomes joyous. As you turn closer, to the defilements or to the hindrances, it becomes overwhelming and the breath is lost. Okay. So then what I should do, I should go back and fix the hindrances, because that's a hindrance. So the akusala dhamme, he is 5 hindrances. So the akusala dhamma has come. So I need to remove that. Okay. Then if everything goes well, there's mental quietude, meaning to say the vitaka vichara is on breath. Not that I want to be on breath. It by itself is on breath. So when in breath happens, I can see from toe to head. One out breath happens, I can see it from head to toe. Can feel, wow, this is a great wave motion. It's just like wave coming and hitting and falling down. Then another wave coming and another wave coming, falling down, falling down. So then what happened as the dhara prava here is going to continue for the whole body. So it becomes free flow. Nice free flow. And in that, mental quietitudeness happens. Just stops. No thoughts can persist. No events can persist, and no disturbance can persist. So that brings in alertness. Very alert. No sleepy. Not at all sleepy. Not that I can't close my eyes. It just doesn't matter whether I'm closing the eyes or I'm opening the eyes. I can be in that state with walking. I can be in that state with lying down. I can be in that state while standing. And that's the time I realize that there are 4 postures and I can kick off the cushion forever. Because now I can remain in that state, whether it is a crowded place, whether it is a house, whether it is a forest, or whether anywhere. Same. Sometimes dullness takes over, and that's the reason Buddha says in that sutta or in many suttas, monks, when you eat, walk, don't sit. Bhattika means food. It's also there in Anguttara Nikaya for those people who would like to see the where it is. It's there in Anguttara Nikaya. In the starting portions, you'll find Naham Bhikkave, like that. There are so many of them. In that, he talks about the 5 hindrances. In that, he talks about Tandi and Bhattika, food. So when you have food, don't sit. But do the same thing while walking. So we finished Kaika. Now we finished Chetasika. Now, if you do these two, something strange is going to take over in the spinal column. You've done these two. Now you will be having wave like motions, starting from the base of the spine to the top of your head, as though something is moving. And you feel like the head is going to explode or whatever, or heaviness in your head. And surprisingly, the whole body bursts. And in Burmese technique, that is called bhanga. It just turns into particles. So the chitta mind gets to see the particles. And the bright light starts to shine, followed by vibrations. And the body not being there, you are in infinite space kind of experience. And when these things are happening, you get overwhelmed with joy. And because of that, you might get goosebumps, you might get hair standing at one corner, or you might get ants crawling, you might cry, you might have some sudden jerk movement, some heat coming up, some body numb and cold, some part of the body becoming pretty hot, and as though something from your stomach is going to burst open, and to many other things. It's like water splashing over across your face to the whole body, to coolness, which you've never known anything to be so cold in a hot summer month, and you get such cool, refreshing. That's joy. Okay. And after that, you get stillness. Now it's like lake completely still. Now, when that happens, the mind itself has its own mechanism to trigger the third jhana. So, from the top of the body, or top of your head to the toe, since energy is moving so much, the violent movement is followed by deep calmness. And it's so relaxing that you have never have ever in your life relaxed. And that is sukha, which is the third jhana. And it stops, which is equanimity. So you don't get any physical any longer. So no dukkha, no sukha, and mentally nothing, which is again no sukha, no dukkha. So there's no do manasa, there's no so manasa, there's no sukha, there's no dukkha. So now you can open up your eyes if you're closing your eyes and walk, sit, do whatever. It remains in upekkha. So there is no strain, irrespective of whatever events are happening in your life. Some strange events, some crazy events, some hard events, some bad events, some good events. Nothing bothers. And when that happens, it stays for 30 long days. That's the highest you can get in this human world. That means for the next 1 month, no matter what happens in your life, you will not get pulled by anything. So you're still. And once you reach here, now you're ready for vipassana. That's the end of jhana. So that's the reason Buddha covers in 15 Charana Dhammas 4 jhanas. And in every sutta he talks about jhana. Because without jhana, there is no vipassana. I need to be equanimous. Doesn't mean that I will stop operating in the world. Yes, I will operate in the world. If somebody is doing a mistake, I will take action, like what Buddha did for Sati or in many other monks. When they were acting weird, he blasted them. And why that? In one sutta, Buddha expels the whole Sangha. Till the time they went to, those Sariputta and Moggallana went to Pasendi and asked him to intervene. And after Pasenji requested Buddha that where will these people go? Out of compassion, please allow them. And then he allowed them. So don't think that you will stop operating itself in the world. You will, but with equanimity. You will do what has to be done, or I will do what has to be done. Anukampa doesn't mean that you will allow any nonsense in your life to happen. Anukampa is you're not going to harm the other person, either in thought, deeds, and words. And make sure that you are giving him or her some wisdom on how to manage life. And that's why it's called upekha, equanimity. You're not taking any side, this side or that side. You're only looking at what is good at this point in time. Because you know for sure when you do something, any person can take it in any given way, but you don't have anything over it. That's the only thing I can do for others, not expecting them to do anything in return to me, either in positive way or in negative way. That's their problem. But do I have positivity, negativity? No. I'll just do what is required because it's equanimity. And this stays for good amount of days. That's it for today. That's all what jhana is. So how to start? It's there in the sutta. So after meals, like I had my breakfast, the first thing I need to do is abhicca, vyapada, thinamida, udacha, kukucha, visikicha, 5 hindrance removal. That is akusala dhamma. Vivicheva kamehi is shutting down the sense doors. So if any of the sense doors is open, I need to close it. It's just like closing the door and not allowing any insects and animals to come and feed onto it. So close the windows and doors of the mind. Then remove the 10 immoral deeds, 5 hindrances, and start. Any questions? So if I take this sutta for a change, MN 107, it gives you the step-by-step instruction. It's a step-by-step guide for you. So after sila, do this. After doing this, do this. When you eat, remember this. Then you come to the wakefulness. It's only about chankama nisajja. Make sure that mind doesn't have any kind of impurities or rather the hindrances. Then do this, sati sampajanya. And then something strange happens here. He says, do this separately. So you should be in sati sampajanya before you come here. If not, go back. Then you see here. What does he say? So vivittam senasanam bhajati aranyam rupkamulam pabattam kandaram girgulam susanam vanapattam abhokasam palala punjam. That means an empty places. So pachabhattam pindapata patikanto nisidati. That is, take your bowl and sit pallankam abhujitva ujum kayam panidhaya parimukam satim upattapetva. Now, because people follow satipatthana, they think The next step is, so sato vasa sati, it will come to the nose. No, sorry. This is what you need to do. You should first clean this. Chittam parisodeti. That means after lunch, I need to see whether the mind is now asking for more. That's abhicca. Abhi-ichcha is abhicca, excess desire. Then vyapada. Somebody has given me very less food. So vyapada. Then thinamida. So I'll take another sutta for you, just to show you where you're heading to. Hold on a second. Okay, here is the thing. I think now you can see this. This is a very important one. Okay, this is first. Mendicants, I did not see a single thing that gives rise to essential desire, or when it is arisen, makes it increase and grows like the feature. Put beauty, it's not beauty, it is subha nimittam. So if I bring my food and I feel relishing it, I've forgotten the pindapata thing, what I was supposed to do is nevadavaya, namadaya, namandanaya, navibhushanaya. That I've forgotten. So my sati is broken. That means my attention was not there. It was ayoniso manasikara when I started eating. So it grows with subha nimitta. This is the first one. And then he says, second one. It's not going to go, it's going to increase. So if I don't do this and just close my eyes thinking that I'm going to meditate, never going to happen. Okay. Then the third one. You see here, I want to drive your attention here. Arati, Tandi, Vijambita, Bhatta Samado, Chetaso, Cha Linatam. Okay. So this, the antidote for this is walking. And how are we doing? We are so cozy with cushions. Okay. And you can't do anything about it. Meaning, you just can't pretend that you will sit and meditate. Because he's saying here, when you have a sluggish mind, dullness and drowsiness arise, and once arisen, they increase and grow. Okay. Now the fourth one, restlessness and remorse. Why there is no peace of mind? Because I'm planning for the future. And why I can't sit, meaning have some peace, because I'm ruminating on the past. So kukucha takes you to the past. I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done this, that, this, that, this, that. Or in future, I will not do this. So future is restlessness, past is remorse. And it keeps on growing. And doubt. Okay, so it's not going to help. Now he says the antidote for this. Asubha nimitta. You should do any asubha nimitta. Not watching breath. Sorry, wrong number. Stop whatever you're doing. Get up from that place and practice asubha nimitta, because you have abhicca or kamachanda. So you have to work on that. Instead, if I persist sitting on the couch or on the chair or on cushion or whatever that is, only when you have Asubha Nimitta, it works. Then Metta Chetu Vimukti. You see this, you have to apply Brahma Vihara. There is no way you can establish Abhyapada without Brahma Vihara. You have to love yourself. Then you have to come to Brahma Vihara. Metta, Karuna, Mudita. These three things have to be developed. That's the reason it's called Bhavana. Buddha Dhamma is not meditation, it's Bhavana. You need to develop it. It's not there. And then Bahulikata. You have to be consistent doing that. Now you see here, he puts Yonasi Manasi Karoto. You see on top, Ayoniso Bhikkave Manasi Karoto Anutpanna Cheva Visikicha Uppajjati Uppanna Cha Visikicha Bhiva Bhiyo Bhavaya Vipullaya Samvattati. Bhiyo Bhavaya means unrestrictedly it will grow. There's nothing in this world which can stop it from growing. If you have a rational mind, Yoniso Manasikara, nothing in this world can stop it. Then no hindrance can come and stop it because you're having Yoniso. Till Yoniso is working, Ayoniso will not come. Till Ayoniso is there, Yoniso will not come. Okay, so it's up to us whether we want an Yoniso or Ayoniso. So we come back here. Now the third one, Alokasanni. Now what does he say? Anyam ekadammapi samanupassami ena anutpannam vathinamidam napujjati uppannam vathinamidam pahiyati yadidam will come here. Bhikkave aramba dhatu, nikkamma dhatu, parakkama dhatu. So you have to bring in light, perception of light. So you have to aramba, you have to recreate the condition for aramba to begin. Nikkamma, bring effort. Parakrama, vigor. So what should I do? Best thing is walk or stand. No lying down, no sitting. Why? Did this after eating. Had your breakfast? Yes. Don't sit. Don't lie down. It's afternoon. Walk. Wakefulness. Jagarya. Head is nodding. Done. Gone. Because the attention is gone. And you can't put attention on the breath at all. Not possible. You can't force it. There is nothing called forcing it. Then you are not believing in anatta at all. You are believing in atta. Not possible. It's anatta. It's not atta. Please. If I think I'm going to sit for 1 hour, it means atta. So anicca becomes nicca. Always. It's permanent. Yes, it's permanent. Why? I can sit for 1 hour. Instead of asubha, it becomes subha. because dukkha becomes sukha. So if I sit for 1 hour on a cushion, I have some expectation. That is sukha. So 1 hour sitting is sukha. That's a false expectation, what I have. So nothing works. All that I'm doing is to watch whether 1 hour has happened. See the restlessness, what I have. My mind, in my mind, I am not only worried that what will people tell me if I can't sit, kukucha, then I'm restless for 1 hour. So the moment, like when we were doing in Brisbane, the sound ding, that gong sound comes. There's a relief from suffering. Not that we should not do, we should do that, but graduate. Because this is a continuous activity. It's not one-time activity. It's not cushion kind of activity. It's jhana. You're burning. That's why it's called jhaika, one who burns. So you have two options. Either you do this or you go on wisdom. You need two paths. You do this, it's a good one. But then knowing, vipassana, vipassi, investigative. Okay, so this is the jhana, 4 jhanas, and it's very important to be in jhana. You can't skip it. So how do you enter into jhanas? Very simple. Bring attention to the front. Don't force watching nostril. If you bring your attention to the front, it will automatically go to nostril. Try it out. Right now you try. You just stare at an empty wall. The breath automatically comes back to your nose. Try. You don't have to do any effort. But keep that thing active. If there's wall in front, and just watch that wall, and then the breath is seamless. Now, after my attention is there, then I start seeing the temperature. So, in breath is cold, out breath is warm. That's sufficient. Then the movement, breath coming from outside, is moving inside, goes in, comes out. Does not matter whether I'm watching in the abdomen area or the chest area or the nose area, immaterial. Then the pressure, you can see the body expanding like this, contracting. The whole body is happening like that. It's not just abdomen is going up and down. This whole body. Then there's stretching, there's gentle stretching, there's tingling, and there is free flow in the face. Wherever I'm having attention, there is free flow. So I can feel through the chitta, the free flow. Then pulsation, heart throbbing everywhere, not only in the chest, everywhere. Then I see the spinal thing, contact points. And because of that, I can see pleasantness, unpleasantness, neutral, joy, mental quietedness, dullness sometimes. If any hindrances come, it stops. If not, the third one is extraordinary experience. When it goes to second and third jhanas, when the body is so light that I can't even feel the body, just like when I'm in the Goenkaji retreat, I think on 6th day, when this whole body disappeared, it's just vibration, and I can never feel there was a body. It's just vibration and followed by this wave-like motion, then the dissolution itself, bhanga. In Visuddhimagga's language, upadatiti bhanga, bhanga. So I see no solidity because it's wave-like motions. But all of this is happening in energy center. It's happening in Manomaya Kaya. Buddha talks about this. It's got nothing to do with anything else. Please refer Samanya Phala Sutta. It's Manomaya Kaya which is doing it for you. All energy-centric movements are from Manomaya Kaya, including Bhanga. Okay. Because you'll have lightness, you'll have wave-like movement, you have vibration followed by stillness. All of these are Manomaya Kaya. And then it takes you to Sukha, then Upek. That's 4 jhanas, step by step. And you can do it at any time, even in the toilet seat for that matter. Any questions on these 4 jhanas? How to enter, how to exit? You will know you've entered, you know you've exited. First jhana, you know you've entered. Vitakka vichara will, by the end of the day, will die down. So then you don't have to worry about, or rather, not worry, rather keep on watching this phase like you started doing it. It becomes automated. So you can see the whole body breathing. So it gets avitaka vichara in the second jhana. So there's no debate about how this body breath is. And then there is no reason to have the vichara thoughts related to that. Okay. That's basically what's going to happen. So the next day, no effort. From morning, when you wake up, to the time you sleep, you can be in second jhana, which is in the language of Moggallana, is tunni bhava. So you'll stop talking. There's no vitakka vichara. Simple. It doesn't mean that physically you don't talk. You can talk. If there is a need, you will talk. Otherwise, you just enjoy this whole flow which is happening. Why will you spoil it? Which fellow would like to spoil it? So just be in that. So it will continue for a few more days. Then it dips down. And instead of going down to first jhana, it will take you to the third jhana automatically, and you'll feel sukha. And that stays for a week or so, followed by a full month of equanimity. And hence, you know, karma has very less pleasure. So you lose interest on karma. So interest, chanda, right? So it's called kama chanda. So what brings what? If I were to conclude it, chanda mulaka avuso sabbe dhamma, manasikara sambhava sabbe dhamma, passa samudaya sabbe dhamma, vedana samosarana sabbe dhamma, samadhi pamukha sabbe dhamma, satadi pateya sabbe dhamma, panyuttara sabbe dhamma, vimukti sara sabbe dhamma, amato gada sabbe dhamma, nibbana pariyosana sabbe dhamma. If I start with interest, it stops with nibbana pariyosana. It's not about taking one thing from there and reciting it. I can take Passa Samudaya Sabbe Dhamma and keep on reciting it. Doesn't work. Because it's mula, root. You can't cut it. You can use it, and you can't cut it. So for Sabbe Dhamma, whether you are going on the spiritual path or on the materialistic path or on the worldly path, the root is the same. And hence it's called as, in fact, in English also they put it right, as rooted. Anguttara Nikaya 10.5, 10 things, right? These are the 10 things. You can't skip a single one because, or rather, I can't skip a single one as though I don't like something, I like something. No. I need to have interest in doing what I just now said. So I need to have interest in jhana. If I'm not interested in jhana, manasikara will not happen. If manasikara will not happen, the contact will not happen because I need to get jhanic Vedana, not the sensual Vedana, Jhanik Vedana. Then the five khandas, Jhanik Rupa, Jhanik Vedana, Jhanik Sanya, Jhanik Sankhara, Jhanik Vinyana. And Jhanik Sankhara, by the way, is called as Aninjabi Sankhara. And without achieving Aninja, you just can't go anywhere. It's a crazy idea. What people get is, I will directly go for liberation. You are in a jail. You can't get liberation without making that jailer agree that you are qualified for liberation. Otherwise, I can keep on imagining whatever I want. It's not going to happen. So he's going to give me all sensual things. That's why it's called Mara. So he'll give me sensual things. I will keep on using sensual things. And out of my ignorance, avidya, keep on thinking that I will go out one day. Same place. Same place. Absolutely same place. Different jail, but same place. Not going to happen. Unless I prove to the jailer that I have given up Kama Sukha. Not going to happen. He would ask me, how did you drop Kama Sukha? I'll say, look, I made you not come to me because now I am in Niramisa Sukha. So you can't catch me there. So I have come out of Mara's snare, Mara's net. And only when I do 4 jhanas and reside there, then the Mara is gone. And now I can work for Niramisa Itara Sukha. It's fair. Argument is fair. Absolutely good argument. It's fair. But staying in a jail and saying that I'll go for liberation is like somebody saying who has got life sentence, he's going to live. He's been sentenced to life. What the hell is he talking? He can be imagining whatever he wants in that small jail. Maybe he's got hallucination. Yes, can happen. He can get drugged. Yes, can happen. So if somebody thinks I will release myself because I do this, do that, nothing. You can sit on the cushion for the whole day, whole year, or throughout life. You're still in jail because condition. And Mara works with conditions. You're conditioning. Doesn't matter. You have to go for unconditioned. And hence, Sariputta says very beautifully that is it for Sila Visuddhi? No. Is it for Chitta Visuddhi? No. Is it for Kankana Visuddhi? No. Is it for Jnana Visuddhi? No. Jnana Darsana Visuddhi? No. Magga Amagga Jnana Visuddhi? No. No, it's not possible. Anything you hold as upadana, you are in jail. Simple. Including thinking I am going to get Nibbana is a jail. It's not something to be got. It is something that gets you if you give up. So I gave up Kamachanda and hence I'm in Jhana. Now I'll give up Jhana to go to Niramisa Itara. So without having Niramisa Sukha, how can I ever go there? It's an imagination. So I take a cushion and sit on that, put a timer, enjoy. You are with Mara. Mara is very happy. His happiness has no bounds. It's okay. So we'll keep Mara happy for now and enjoy. So don't forget Mulaka, Mula, root. Any questions? And don't forget Chanda because it's a Idipada. Please. Some person called me up other day. We had a nice conversation. He asked me this. I don't want to have desire. I said, without that, nothing will work. Because without award or without a reward mechanism, you will die. Because even the dopamine will not get released. Forget about anything. So if I'm trying to say that I don't have desire, it's like I am already in depression, which means I am in attakila matana yoga, dukkho, anariyo, anatta samhito. So we'll go to two extremes. Can't come center. That is vibhava tanha, this is bhava tanha. So not to do that. Understand the Dhamma properly and practice. It's four postures, nothing to do with sitting posture, first thing. Second, it's not about closing eyes, it's being aware. It's got nothing to do physically what you do. What the heck? Is it physical? No, it can be anything. It's awareness. Please. Sati is awareness. You're aware of what's happening. Third is that where is your attention? Yoniso or ayoniso? But manasikara sambhava sabbe dhamma. Without making up your mind, nothing is possible. You have to make up your mind, but is it on a negative side or wrong side or is a right side? Wrong side is samsara, right side is liberation. So you choose. So the hindrances are coming because of the wrong side. Obviously, hindrances are going to come. On the right side, you don't get any hindrances. And please remember that sutta, which I just now showed you from Anguttara Nikaya. Again, Anguttara Nikaya, please. It's a very, Anguttara Nikayas are very short, but very precise. They are on the Panya side of it. Wisdom. If you have good wisdom, you can get it like this. Anyway, coming back to this is that don't forget Anguttara Nikaya. Okay. Once you know what causes what, like if I'm having Visikiccha, what causes Visikiccha and how can you remove Visikiccha? Right? In the sutta, he tells you what you have to put to remove it. Same thing with Abhiccha. So you put Asabha So what do you do for Visikiccha? It's simple. Yoniso manasikara. What does that mean in breath? Vilas, first understand there is breath. So satova asasati, satova pasasati. That is what is Yoniso manasikara is all about. Can you stay with that for a long time? After that, Vilas, you went into restlessness now. What do you mean after that? No, I want to know after that what happens. Vilas, you again went into restlessness. Do you want peace or you want to go with this kind of questioning? No, no. After this, what happens? Again, I'm telling you, just can you be with so satova asasati? You know there is in breath, you know there is out breath. Watch in body, kayika, how the mind picks it up, chetasika. Can you look at the energy centers which open up? My dear friend, can you do that? And come back to me? Then I'll tell you what next. But there are 16 steps. Vilas, can you understand what I'm saying? Do it. No, there are 16. I don't know what kind of a stupid person are you. Can you just do what I said? Come back after that. So I need to cut this constant movement of mind going from one to another. That's the reason it's called monkey mind. And the TMI Chuladasa shows that also. It's a monkey mind. It keeps on jumping from branches. Never alone. Never alone. Make guys come here. Come here. Nothing to do with sitting. No. What do you mean sitting? Can't you watch your face? Can't you bring the front? Yes. Parimukham upattapetva. And do what? No, I want to watch the breath. Sorry, has Buddha told you to watch the breath? Now you first remove the abhijja, vyapada, and all that. Please. So only when the vivicheva akusala dhammehi has happened, then only it works. Okay? Otherwise, just by secluding from sensual, it's not going to work. Just by removing 5 hindrances also will not work because I'm attached to sensual. Only when these 2 conditions are met, vivicheva kavehi, vivicheva akusala dhammehi, then only it works with 5 factors. Vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekagata. Vitakka vichara, first jhana. Piti, second jhana. Sukha, third jhana. Ekagata, which is takes you to Pekka, is for jhana. So now what is my experience from the perspective of 5 khandhas? In sensual, I saw Rupa as Vilas. I saw Vedana as Vilas feeling of Vilas as a husband, as this, as that, and all that feelings. Sanya, perception as Vilas being a husband and a blah, blah, blah. And Sankhara, that I need this in this way, I need that in that way, like that. Vijnana brought me experience of Vilas all the time. Give an example. I never knew what is Weet-Bix in my life. In fact, I used to ask Bobby and Shaniel how to say that. And Bobby said, Weet-Bix. What is that? Because there is no Rupa of Weet-Bix. There is no Vedana of Weet-Bix. There is no Sanya of Weet-Bix. There is no Sankhara of Weet-Bix. There is no Vijnana of Weet-Bix. Even though there were 5 boxes of Weet-Bix in that storehouse of Shaniel, I never ate it. So I was ignorant about Weet-Bix. So it was neutral feeling. because there's no sanya. So there's no sankhara. There's no vinyana because there's no rupa. Now I can see the five khandas in Vitpiks. One fine day, our friend Shenier blasted us, saying that for 1 hour meditation, 4 hours spending on food. So I, Bobby, Janak, and Viren, so we were preparing poha with so many other things. And then after the blasting from Sheniel, we all mended ourselves. And then they looked at me, and then I was a culprit anyway for making everyone cook for me. So I was also feeling bad about it. And then in the evening, I ate that one biscuit without milk, and rest is history. Next year onwards, everyone is happy. Bobby is happy, saying in the Pomona Center, we do like this, blah blah blah, and Shanil is happy, and everyone is happy, and I'm happy that I'm eating wheat bix. Now you see at our home, we are eating wheat bix as though we are Aussie. Right? And this is what is Kamachanda is all about. So the Rupa is wheat bix. Feeling of happiness is brought by wheat bix. Sanya is wheat bix. Sankhara is how to make it even more tastier. So Bobby used to put dry fruits, and I also used to put dry fruits, and then I stopped putting dry fruits, and now it's only with bananas and apples and all those kind of things. We not only we got spoiled, we spoiled even Ashwin. Now he has also bought wheat bix. Okay, now he says that I'll carry this to office. It's very easy for me to prepare breakfast. So wheat bix came from Australia to India, and then to Bangalore, and now it's in Chennai. Okay, so by now he would be eating wheat bix. I don't know whether he's going to eat every day or not, but yeah, he got used to wheat bix. So all thanks to Bobby and Shaniel for spoiling me, and I spoiled the half of the people here, and I also spoiled our friend Ashwin. So now this is Kamaloka. Precisely. So the five khandas are having what experience? Wheat bix. Now I have to remove wheat bix. That is vivicheva kamehi. Vivicheva akusala dhammehi. When I'm eating wheat bix, abhiccha, I used to eat 2 or 3. Even in Australia, I used to eat 3. Have I started increasing it to 4? Or am I making it with honey and so many other things and just feeling relished? Ah, what a taste! What a taste! No, Vilas, you're on a wrong direction. It's ayoniso manasikara. What did I tell you to do? Neva davaya namadaya namandanaya. Have you observed it? No, sir. Go back. Sorry, you failed the exam. Go back. Situational awareness, have you got it? Is it purposeful? Sataka. Is it sapaya? Suitable? Is it leading to gochara? What is the senses doing? Is it leading to asammoha or sammoha? Wheat bix is sammoha. Absolute sammoha. Why? Because I'm feeling enjoyable by wheat bix. What an idiot. It's just a food. It's just something from a plant, which is wheat. And wheat grows where? In the ground. So what did you eat? Mud. Good. That is yoniso manasikara. So where is ayoniso now? Wheat bix. Aussie is wheat bix of Aussie. Right? Then ayoniso. So manasikara sambhava sabbe dhamma. You keep on eating wheat bix because you made up your mind to eat wheat bix. Now that's a problem. Now, if you go to some other location, will you carry wheat bix? I would say yes. Idiot. You are really an idiot because you don't have yonisa manasikara. Simple. What stupid guy are you? You have to take the food what is given to you. So if some other location don't have wheat bix, how can you carry wheat bix? Like that. So when I do like that, it goes. So abhijja goes away, vyapada goes away, tinamida goes away, udacha kukucha goes away, visikicha goes away. Now I'm ready to be in first jhana. It automatically goes. Don't have to do it because the hindrances are not there. So what next? Goes there. Yes, Sham.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Oh, okay. So I understand what you mean. The first step would be to see the jailer, as in understand that we are in a jail and not accept the food given by the jailer. Once you see what the jailer is doing, which is in there somewhere, then we can try to escape it. I understood that part clearly. So initially in the part of the in this class, initially you said about chakras, and no, you didn't say chakras, but you said energy flows and all. So is it like Buddha did not even, I think, in my understanding, he did not even refer chakras, not even
There's
once.
nothing called chakra, so don't worry. That is all creation. But if somebody
Yeah.
feels there is no energy movement, then that fellow is an idiot. If you want to go through it, you go in the second DN2. Okay, that is Samanya Phalasutta. In that he explains, including astral travel.
Oh, so it's not worth pursuing, right? As in,
What do you mean?
while we
You have to
progress,
do it. You have to do it. It is a
astral
that's
travel.
the reason I said some people go to the extreme view. Oh, all these are not
Hmm.
required. As
Oh,
though they can build a bridge without any material.
hmm.
So they keep on imagining.
Okay.
That's the reason I use the analogy of a jailer. You are in the jail. You can keep on imagining that I will go out, and you are in a life sentence. So it's absolutely certain that you will die here. But there's nothing wrong in my imagination. I can imagine whatever I want, I can imagine, and I think it'll happen. It's never going to happen because you're not provided the condition. So the first step is samisa sukha. It's there. Then you find the defect in samisa sukha, then it takes you to niramisa sukha, the four jhanas. And when you are stepping into the four jhanas, the energy centers have to be there. What the hell are you talking about? If there is goosebumps, how does it come? There should be something moving there, right? If you're
Got it.
feeling light in your body, something should be there. How can you all of a sudden feel lightness in the body?
No, so I was referring to actually these Kundalini practices where
Forget
you do
about that.
bandhas
I
and
know,
all.
I know what you're
Those things
saying,
are,
but
yeah.
let's not confuse things up.
Hmm.
There, you call it as energy, and maybe our friend Goenkaji talks it as bhanga, and somebody can say something else. But what really is happening? What really is happening? If you're seeing light, like the Pa tradition, they speak about light. What is light? There should be something, right? So
Yeah.
if you are having light experience, light means light, not feeling light. That should be something. So how did the light come? How did it come? It didn't come out of nowhere. It was there and it came out. So how was it made possible? You should go to the sutta where it says you do this, you get this. Then there is no confusion.
So do you have a reference for that?
That's what I
So that
said. DN2, Samanya
DN,
process, a
yeah.
huge one. In that you will see Buddha explains, including astral travel. So if somebody wants to do astral travel, feel free and do it. He explains everything about samadhi there. And if you
Okay.
yes, Sham.
Oh yeah, sorry to interrupt. I mean, yeah. And the second question, as in, uh, yeah, it's regarding the same chakra thing again. So if
Why are
is
you
it
hooked up onto that chakra thing? If you don't like the word chakra, leave it. What's your problem?
I find it orthogonal, as in
No, no, no. What
these
I'm
things are
saying
like
is, why don't you
parallel
follow?
to.
No, no. Why don't you just follow what Buddha says? Forget about chakra
Yeah.
business or any business. If your question, your question should be like this: is there anything else other than this physical body and the recognition of the sensual? Yes. And Buddha uses the word manomaya kaya. And you can create, that means the manomaya kaya can create a perfect body, perfect in all stages. It can glow. He uses that word. It can glow. Now, whether somebody made it as a chakra, somebody made it as a kundalini, somebody made it as something, that's just another uh, perception, terminology, perceptions, and all that. If you are fighting with perceptions, it becomes Brahmajala. So you have to go back to DN1, which talks about Brahmajala Sutta, because now people will say that doesn't exist. It does exist. Who says it doesn't exist? It does exist. But what Buddha is saying is that don't attach to these things if you want liberation, because at the moment you attach, the consciousness gets hooked onto that. So don't get it. Doesn't mean that it never exists or they were all wrong and only Buddha was right. No. That's the reason we need to be clear what Buddha is saying. It's the last thing he is interested is anutpada parinibbanadhat, meaning non-grasping, completely non-grasping. It doesn't mean it is not there. It's there. But if you grasp onto the sign, it picks up. So now
Yeah,
if I...
so we should.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. I think we should not pursue it for the sake of these things, but it can be a byproduct and it can be accepted.
It is a natural process. If you have, since you have done Goenkaji technique,
no, I have not.
You are done. Very good. You escaped.
So I did the Sadhguru's, what is it, practice Shambhavi Mahamudra. So I spent a lot of time there before I came into Buddhama.
I got
so
it.
I have that kind of background. I know what the limitations are, so I don't pursue it, but I have that knowledge in my mind.
So Sham, since you have done Sadhguru's technique, let me tell you, there's nothing wrong in Mahamudra and all that. Bhairavi or Shambhavi, all of these are good. See, first, you shouldn't have aversion. First thing. And then you shouldn't have attraction. That is liking and aversion. Some people whom I have met, they have aversion. The moment you talk about, let's say, Kundalini and this and that, they say, no, there's not. Why are you reacting like that? It's there. Whether you want to use, you don't want to use, it's fine. But that's called restlessness. Leave it. It's there. You don't want to use it. It's like, somebody is having Microsoft Excel and no, I'll not use it. Don't use it. That doesn't mean that Microsoft Excel doesn't exist. It's there. Whether you want to use it, you don't want to use it, is up to you. I don't like Microsoft products. Fair. Take some other product. Microsoft is not your choice, but spreadsheet is spreadsheet. Whether you call it Microsoft spreadsheet or Google spreadsheet, Apple spreadsheet, some other spreadsheet, you require a spreadsheet. That's Yoni Samansikara. It's got nothing to do with, oh, I don't like Microsoft, or I don't like Apple, I don't like this. No. That's aversion. Or if I go down to this view that Microsoft Excel is the best one, it's complete in all respect. Nothing needs to be added, nothing needs to be removed. I'm one of the lousiest fool on this earth because it is sammoha. There is room for improvement. Only in the Buddha there is no room for improvement. Right? So now I know. Now, does this exist? Is there a way, is there a place where Buddha says these exist? Yes, there is. Can you show me? Yes, there is. Can I do this? Please. Can you experience it? Yes, you will. Absolutely, you will. Are there steps to do that? Yes, there is. Every step is indicated there. You just follow that. You should get all that what is written there. But I never get it. Why? Because you're distracted. So you finish that distraction. You finish that aversion. You finish the liking. You finish sluggishness. You finish the doubt. Why don't you get it? You will get it. It's how I see. In fact, Buddha is given with example. You know what he does? He says, just like you have a dagger and there's a cover to the dagger, you remove the dagger, and the dagger is Manomaya Kaya. This cover is the Kaya. You throw the Kaya out, and now you can go touch moon, you can touch sun, you can multiply yourself, you can blah, 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 all of that because you have got psychic power. It's exactly explained everything that happens. And if you seriously try in a proper way, it works. Like an example, during COVID times, we were meeting here online on meditation. So I was guiding one person on astral travel, how to get out of the body. It was working for him. Exactly taking MN2, DN2. He doesn't know anything about Buddha Dhamma. He's not even heard. I was telling him how to do it. And he said, Vilas, I'm not imagining, I can see it. So I said, hold on. You need to next learn lucid dreaming. So, which is a difficult thing. So, hold on. Let's stop here because then if you go out, you should know how to come back. Hang on. You need to create the environment for that. It works. So, who goes then? It's a question comes, who goes then? That becomes an intriguing question now. Oh, you're saying all these are not there, but I can see this. Yes, there is. And there is Manomaya Kaya. It's there. Nobody can reject it. You call by whatever name, it's there. So the cognition what I have right now as Vilas is impermanent, is essenceless. Whereas the cognition when I get there is different. So the Rupa is Manomaya Kaya. The Vedana feeling I'm getting is of Manomaya Kaya. The perception what I'm getting is I can now multiply, I can be in different places, I can do so many things. It's a perception. And the Sankhara is Aninja Sankhara. It's a meditative state. And Vijnana is refined one than this Vilas consciousness. Vilas is gone, dead and gone. It's a different Vijnana altogether. And hence Buddha says it's impermanent. You can't hold on to that also because that can change at any time now. And hence the best thing is to drop it completely. And that is Niramisa Itara. That is beyond. The Niramisa means uncluttered, or rather, Samisa means with sensual. Niramisa is peace oriented. Niramisa Itara is not having Raga, Dvesha, Moha. So basically, I should not have Rupa Raga. Anyway, Vyapada, that is gone. So only the Moha exists. You remove the Moha that you can establish like this. Now you see there's no point in doing it. So defilements ended. And you become a sage, unshaken. Because you already reach unshaken state. That is called aninja. Should do that. 106, the previous one which I was talking about, teaches you how to do aninja. Go to MN 107, it shows you how to do that. Do exactly what it says, just like Ashwin did, 3 months. It worked. It works. Exactly do what he says. And come to DN2. and follow the steps, what he says, you will have out of body experience. Then enjoy.
I'm excited.
What's that?
I'm excited to try it out.
Please, but before that, set the conditions. If you don't have the proper condition, it will not work. So you have to drive proper conditions. So first is sila, that you do it. Second is indriya samvara, that you do it. Third is bhojane matyanutta, moderation in eating. That is, be aware for what reason you are eating. Then you become jagariya. Not only the physical sleep, the sluggishness of the mind is gone. So you keep on walking, sitting with awareness. Then the saddha increases. Once you have the first indriya or a faculty developed, saddha, it brings in its nearest faculty, which is sati, awareness. So now you have two faculties. That sati is like a driver. Yep. Saddha is the one wheel of the car, but you can't run with that. So you require virya. So you have to develop the virya. That is what he was explaining in that hindrances thing. That parakama, that be parakrami, which means full of vigor. So that will get you the virya. So now your two front wheels functioning and your good sati, then the back wheel is samadhi and panya. So you require good samadhi, not just samadhi, very good samadhi. Because that is pamukha. Pamukha means front ending. Okay. Then you get panya, wisdom. So when you have wisdom, too much of wisdom will drop off sati. No wisdom will drop off virya. So you should have everything in balance, and then you become an arhat. If something is imbalanced, then you are somewhere. So 5 faculties completely balanced is yuganda. That means yoking. You're yoked 5 faculties, so you're an arhat. Doesn't matter whether you're a householder, street holder, job holder, or some holder, because those are all symbols. It doesn't make any sense to believe in symbols and say that, you know what, I am a householder. What shit is that? Your mind has already gone away with this. What do you mean by householder or a recluse? So you know, oh, when I do this, I get this. When I don't do this, I don't get that. To get Shraddha, faith, I need to have the previous conditions met. Or what's the previous condition for Saddha? It's Jagariyana Yoga. What is the previous condition for Jagariyana Yoga? It is Bhojane Matyanutta. What's the previous condition for Bhojane Matyanutta? It's Indriya Samvara. And what's the behind? What is the previous condition to be met? Sila. Without Sila, no Indriya Samvara. Without Indriya Samvara, no Bhojane Matyanutta. Without Bhojane Matyanutta, there is no Jagariyana Yoga. When these 4 are met, Sati takes over. Saddha takes over. When Saddha takes over, it brings in Kiri and Ottappa. You will not do a single mistake. And you will fear for doing mistakes because you don't want to lose this peace what you've got. Now it is continuous. So you got Bahusutta, you've understood the Dhamma, which is the Adi Kalyana, Majje Kalyana, Paryosana Kalyana. Paryosana means the effort what you're going to put. It's Kalyana. You should do it. And when you do it, you know that Sati has completely developed. And when Sati is developed, Panya, then it takes you to first Jhāna, second, third, fourth. 15 Charana Dhammas. Chara means to walk. You just follow the footsteps of the Buddha. Done. And you get all of that, whatever we just now spoke, energies and all that. I don't like this word energy. Okay, don't use. See,
Got it. That clarifies.
always
Continue.
people go to extreme. They either go seeking it, which is one extreme, or they go rejecting it, is another extreme.
So I'm actually, to be honest, I'm averse to these things because at certain points in time I had these sensations. One of them is still here, but there's like a constant touch sensation here. And there's like flowing sensation and many things. So at that time, people advise me not to go there because it's a complete rabbit hole, and there's a chance to get lost in there. So I've constantly kept a mind like to ignore this. These are just phenomena. But now I think I understand. If we understand what happens and why it happens, then it's more like a connected thing. You don't need to jump into it, neither reject it. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yes, see, the thing is, you need to know the conditions which created that. And you should know those conditions itself are conditions. So when the condition change, there is dukkha, right? Because I'm not able to get into that. Okay, now what can I do? I need to know that it is anicca, it's uncertain. I can't tell out of certainty that if I follow this, 100% is going to happen. No, come on, Vilas, be proper. You can't. You can't dictate, I need this like this at this point in time. No, only if condition matches. Only if the condition matches. If the conditions are against you, no matter what you say, Vilas, it's not going to happen. It's simple as that. If your condition is good, nobody is going to do anything to you. Nobody can do anything to you. Forget about anybody doing anything to you. Nobody can. But don't be under an illusion that nobody can do anything to you. Because if condition changes, every person can do something to you. In the same way, Vilas, when you provide a proper condition, you get into first jhana. When you provide a proper condition, you get into second jhana, and third and fourth and five and six and seven, eight and nine, because the condition matches. You just matching the requirements. Just like the job has a requirement, Sham, so I'm just meeting the requirements. If I meet the requirements, there is an appreciation from the organization that I've done it. If I don't meet the requirements, then they're going to blame me. Simple, right? So my objective is what? To meet the requirement. In the same way, in a family life, I am playing the role of a husband. So there's a requirement. So my wife, she's playing a role of a wife. So there's a requirement. As long as the condition matches for me to be her husband, as long as it matches for her to be my wife, and we have agreed or disagreed, doesn't matter. As long as the condition is matching, there is a relationship. But for some reason means uncertainty, right? Now something changes. Her health deteriorates, or my health deteriorates. I go to the hospital. There is tension now, or she goes to the hospital. There's tension. Why? Because the condition has changed. I never expected she's going to fall sick, nor she expected me to fall sick. This is one condition. Second condition, I don't like her. She's abusive to me, or I am abusive to her and she doesn't like me. And then we've been fighting each other, and then it doesn't make sense. I have to stay back because of my son, and she's staying back because of the same son. And my son is grown up and he's going somewhere. So we might separate because the condition doesn't match. So if I know this, will I get attached to anything? No, because it's conditioned. It's not what I want. It's a condition which is making it. So better understand the condition. The only thing I have is to change the condition. If I could change the condition, then it works. So if I'm having sila, that's a condition. Then Indriya Samvara will work. If the previous condition is not met, this condition cannot happen. This being, this comes to be. With the arising of this arises. That's the Patisamuttpada formula. This being, sila being, Indriya Samvara comes to be. With the arising of Sila, Indriya Samvara arises. This not being, that is, Sila not being, Indriya Samvara cannot come to be. With the cessation of Sila, Indriya Samvara ceases. It's not that you want to be in Sila. Sorry, Vilas, you have to develop Sila. If you want Indriya Samvara, you have to develop Sila. If you want to be in Jagarayana Yoga, then you have to have Bhojanamatyinutta, moderation in eating. It's you, Vilas, how you want your life to be led. But bring in the proper condition, it works. Bring in the wrong conditions. And if I imagine it's going to work someday, imagination is an imagination only. So we need to know why this works, why it doesn't work. In the same way, energies are there because that's basically this is an energy body. What do you mean it's not energy? Food is energy or not? Yes, it is. If you look at the neurons firing, isn't it energy? It is. What the hell are you talking about? And there is chemistry, physics, and biology. That's it. What else is there on a physical plane? But there is energy, or there is whatever you want to call, just like electricity cannot be seen, but can be felt. But without electricity, no bulb can light up. In the same way, without this powerhouse, nothing can be lighted up. And hence, Buddha calls very nicely, Pabhasaram idam chittam. Pabhasara means shining. Chitta, mind, shines bright. If somebody can understand it, it's good. If they can't understand it, also good. Whenever he understands, he understands. It's clouded by moha. Nothing anybody can do. So, what I suggest you to do, Sham, is that it's there. It's not your personal opinion. Should you go there? Shouldn't you go there? It's a natural progression. You will get there. Okay? The only thing I and you can do is not to get attached to it. That doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. So there's nothing to dismiss, but you can't skip.
Yeah, I'm aware it exists like very well. I've even heard people say they have this Kundalini rising symptoms and all, and it's very interesting to hear as well. But none of them pursue it for the sake of pursuing.
It
It's
happens.
experienced, understood.
Yeah, it happens.
Natural thing.
Yes, it's when the condition is right, it happens. The condition is not there, it doesn't happen. So you can see the dukkha there, that it's not as per what you want it to be. So it comes only with conditions. It goes away when the conditions are not there, including jhanas. That the first jhana, when you apply, it becomes seamless, but it doesn't stay in the first jhana. It automatically leads to the second jhana if the condition is right. Otherwise, it drops off. If some hindrance comes, it's gone. Before knowing it's gone. Why? It's hindrance. The condition is not right, Vilas. It's not about what you think you should be doing. No, it's got nothing to do with what you think. Bring in the condition. So put the proper condition. Wait for the magic to happen because consciousness can do that. It doesn't. So you're in first jhana. So the consciousness, that is the chitta, knows that, I'm in first jhana. But hey, wait. As soon as the condition is every day, every moment, let's say we'll start with a moment, every moment it is going down because that's the quality of Dhamma. Kaya Dhamma, it diminishes. Vaya Dhamma, it ceases or it keeps on wiping away. Viraga Dhamma, it has no attachment to you. Nirodha Dhamma, cessation. So if I am in first jhana, At the very moment of the first jhana, the jara marana has started. So it starts to dwindle away, keeps on going away. Unless you provide a condition for it to stay, let's say I'm not giving any condition for it to stay, if hindrances come, it will break that jhana, comes back to karma, or it goes to the second jhana. Now I start disliking the first jhana, it cuts out the condition because there is aversion. Start liking the second jhana, there is shaking. That's a reason called aninja, unshakability. Shakes, and she shakes. So what should I do? Vilas, just be a witness. Goes to second. You get goosebumps, you get shivering, you get sweating, you get some water being going everywhere. You can see heat, cold, so many things happening. Just witness the fun. It's beautiful. And in that second jhana, you can see the energies moving. Enjoy the movie. Just sit, relax, enjoy. By the end of few days, you will see dipping down for sure. It can come back to first jhana if the condition is not right, or it takes you to sukha. And when you have sukha, you feel so connected to that sukha that you forget all about the first jhana. You forget all about the kama sukha. You forget all about even the second jhana because this is sukha. It's beauty. And before you completely eat that fruit up, it will go to the fourth and you stop feeling anything. Still, complete stillness. And now you're ready for vipassana. And hence you let go of the craving, which is bhavatanha. Now, what bhavatanha? Ruparaga. I want to be always in these four jhanas. And let's say I've achieved all the four arupa jhanas. I want to be there in arupa jhanas. That goes away because of vipassana. So to come to vipassana, I should come out of sensuality. Then I have to go into niramisa. Once I've enjoyed niramisa, then I can come to niramisa itara sukha. Okay, to a reference is how to practice this is in Niramisa Sutta. That's what you need to note. So anyway, coming back to this breathing, continuous 18 hours, 20 hours, irrespective, whatever posture you have. Not that you should do something to watch the breath. Now then the doubt comes. So should I not follow Chuladasa's The Mind Illuminated? Yes. As a kindergarten goer, I should. Should I not do Vipassana of Goenkaji? Yes, you should. Because as a kindergarten school person, you should. Should I not follow the Ajans? So many things are there. Yes, as a kindergarten school person, you should. But once you come to a graduation level, these kindergarten things no longer apply. What applies is what Buddha says. That's it. No, I'm still a kindergarten person. Then please stop doing this sutta kind. Go back to Chuladasa. Go back to the Vipassana style of Goenkaji or Ubakin or whatever it is. Please do that till you are confident that you can do it all the time. If you're not able to do it, be on Chuladasa, be on this. It helps. Don't drop Goenkaji's technique. It's a very nice technique. Very good one. This is for people who are from Goenka background. I know you are not, so don't think that I'm asking you to go there. But this is for those people who have done many retreats and they are happy with the retreats. Nothing wrong in doing it. It's good for them. Continue doing it. Even for those who have come out of it, it's good. It's a good technique. If something fails, you can come back to Goenkaji technique because there's body scanning that brings you back into the energy centers. That means you can see the bhanga. So many people have not experienced what is bhanga. They don't even know it. They have heard it, they really not experienced it. Many people in Goenka technique have not experienced this. He calls in Hindi called Dhara Prabha, which means free flow. They have not experienced it. They don't even know. No matter how they have done a 10-day retreat or 20-day, 30-day, or as many days they have done. For those people who have no idea of this, they should persist doing Goenkaji technique. Because until they really see what it is, they will not give up. That's one. Then there are 10 steps indicated by Chuladasa, The Mind Illuminated. Very nice book, very good one, very easy, very comforting, basically. You can finish it in 1 week, complete 10 stages. And that's it. Throw the book away and you're done. You don't have to go for years together of doing the Chuladasa. But consistency is what matters, not 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour in the evening, or just we meet in the evening or once in a week. And that kind of amortization or this kind of partial making not going to help. Whether you take Chuladasa method or you take Goenkaji method, it's consistency. I just can't take one technique and say that, you know what, I'm busy today, so I will not do it today. Nothing like that. It will not work. And when you come to the Buddha, it's continuous. There's nothing like I didn't find time today. No, not at all. Can I become Sotapanna in Goenkaji technique or Chuladasa or something else or whatever it is? Yes, it's just coming to the stream. That's it. Nothing stops you from coming to the stream from wherever you come to the stream. But after that, you stay there. Beautiful. Good. That's good one. But still a long way to go. But I want to end in this life. Make that as a priority and do it. So you need to remember Nike's ad, just do it. Don't say, just do it. Whoever wrote that ad is very good. Just do it. She did that thing. Just do it. Okay, any questions other than Sham? Yes, Chirag and Ariu, it's good to see both of you. So any questions?
Yeah, I think it's already 2 hours, but maybe next time, if you ever get the chance, I think one thing I used to think about is different grades of piti. I think it's maybe in one of the suttas. There's like 5 grades of piti. So maybe we can cover it at future
No
time.
point. Eat the fruit.
Okay.
No point in describing the fruit, the mango, and you know what, how many different kinds of mangoes are there. So then I say that this mango, this is when it ripes, it becomes this way. In fact, in Shinil's house, we saw those mangoes he had put with so much of covering and all that. So we couldn't eat while we were there. But then whenever it became ripened, and then I don't know how that fruit is, basically. But I can define the fruit. It'll be sweet, it'll be like this, it'll be like that. This is the first grade of that, and second grade, and third grade, and like that. Enjoy.
Yeah, I think that's that's why I was asking, because sometimes let's say when I'm meditating, right, I think there are different energetic movements, But I think you have a point. At some point I realized that that can interfere in vitakka vichara, because while you're trying to go into first jhana, if you start analyzing, then you're
It'll make you come down.
yeah.
Never do that.
Mhm.
There's obstacles. In fact, there's a sutta called thorn. Thorn, Thorn. Thorn.
Mhm.
Sutta name itself is thorn. Kantaka
Mhm.
Sutta. Okay, it talks about what is the thorn for the first jhana, what is the thorn for second jhana, what's the thorn for third jhana, what's the thorn for fourth jhana, like that. Beautiful sutta. Thor, Kantaka, Kantaka Sutta. It's in again Anguttara Nikaya. All of these beautiful suttas are in Anguttara Nikaya. So you can take that sutta and read it for yourself. Beautiful. It just opens up your eyes. I think it's in 10.72 or I don't know, 6972, something like that. But
Um,
go ahead.
Also, one more short question. My understanding was, based on at least even my own experiences, I thought piti was the, let's say, dominant factor in first jhana. In second jhana, it became sukha. In fourth one, it's equanimity. But maybe it's not like.
Vitakka vichara first jhana, piti second jhana, sukha third jhana, upekka fourth jhana. That's it. It doesn't mean that the piti wouldn't be there. The piti gets totally diminished with sukha. In the first jhana, you'll still have piti, sukha, ekagata, but they are diminished due to vitakka vichara. And when you come to the second jhana, it becomes avitakka vichara. So the piti dominates and it makes the sukha and upekha lesser. Then it comes to third jhana, the piti becomes an obstacle for it. So it drops off, leading only to sukha and upekha. And in the fourth jhana, the sukha itself is an obstacle to it. So it will drop off that and be in equanimity.
Interesting. Okay.
So this is theoretical, basically, but when you eat the fruit, you know that, yes, this is correct. Because when you come out of jhana, when you are in jhana, you know that's how it is working. It's for days together, not just 5 minutes or 10 minutes and that's it.
What do you mean for days together? You're saying once you get into jhana, the experience lasts.
You will be in that state for a long time, irrespective of whatever you're doing.
Okay. Because for me, I mean, I can get these transitions right. Let's say first to second, basically what happens is this effortlessness, or,
it can be anything, Chirag. You get a minute experience. And that's the reason our friend Buddha Gosa wrote in Visuddhi Magga, he called it Khanika Samadhi. Okay. And then there is Upachara Samadhi, nearness, and Apanna Samadhi when you have established it. 99% of us gets into Khanika, Kshanika, momentary. That piti stays for a few moments. And you feel, wow. That's it. What wow? There's nothing wow now. You have to restart the whole process again, which is a pain. It should be, if I establish today, Chirag, this morning, it stays till tomorrow morning. I don't have to do anything to be in first jhana. No matter whether I'm eating, I'm sleeping, I'm studying, I'm walking, I'm talking, I'm doing whatever that damn thing I'm doing, I'm in jhana. Because internally it is burning off. The vitakka vichara is on that subject, whatever I have taken. So the sati has not even moved out. So if I meet someone, that person sees me very peaceful. He knows something is strange in this person, but he doesn't know what is strange in this person. He doesn't know I'm in jhana. And when I'm in second jhana, I rarely have to speak. Not the physical act of speaking. There's no mental chatter. because it is tunni bhava, silence, not the physical silence. That's bullshit silence. The actual silence is silence of the mind. There's absolutely nothing inside. But does that mean that we shouldn't have this? Yes, we need. Because we are still in kindergarten. We require. That discipline is required. Otherwise, people will keep on speaking something or the other because we are not disciplined. So we require that. That's first one. Yes, it's required. But is that what I need to be? No, absolutely not. Because it is natural process. It just enters naturally. So when I'm in second jhana, it leads to 2 days, 3 days, max to max 4 days, not beyond that. It dips, it is dipping. It just fades away and then it takes you to Sukha. And Sukha will remain for 6, 7 days, 8 days, like that. And when you come to pick, your stillness manifests like crazy. Like when it happened when I was talking to Shaniel, I disconnected the call at 6:35 a.m. in the morning of 11th June 2025. From that very moment till November, I was in stillness. No matter what I was doing. And once I let go of Shaniel in my chitta, finished, journey ended. So I had the best liberation in my life with $1. And that's the reason I need to keep on thanking Shaniel for that. So he got me a liberation in $1, 54 rupees, but he couldn't transfer $1, so he had to transfer $100 because the bank transaction will not go through. So whatever it is, basically, that's the story, what I had. That was connecting back. So I just requested Shaniel, why don't we close this transaction? Just transfer $1. Stop. Because there's no problem with equanimity. There was something dependence. So I just wanted to cut that dependence. Because I'm not attached to the family, but I was attached to Shaniel. Done. So, do we meet again? Don't we meet again? Doesn't make any difference. Even if meet is fair, don't meet fair. Anyway, we're going to lose each other. Anyway, any which way, either through death or through whatever, death or dissolution. If our karmic cycles have ended, nothing we can do. We might not cross our roads again at all. It's gone and dusted. Should I hold on to those memories? Need not be. Even if you do it, just watch it. That came and left. How long will I be with Bobby? I don't know. Should I hang on to Bobby? No. And should I hang on with you, Chirag, or with Aryu? No. Why? It is dukkha. That's the suffering. What else is suffering? You hang on to something which doesn't even exist, or rather, I hang on to something which doesn't exist. So why don't I just do what I'm doing and then let it go? And when they are there, why don't I love them completely without any expectations? And that's what it is. So I find no distinction between you and Aryu, nor I have any distinction between Bobby and others here, or with the newcomer Sham, who is there. Then I don't get so associated with Sham, saying that Sham, you're so good, so great, or whatever. It's all the same. So you become so equanimous that You don't see anything higher or lower. So the biases will not be there. Absolutely not there. But in worldly life, there's always this problems because it depends on how we see things. Nothing can be done. But the question I need to ask myself is, do I have my own personal biases? If yes, that means I'm not even fit to be teaching. Forget about saying what I've reached. It's not even fit. Because if I myself is biased, then what's the point? Because I'm not in jhana. Only in jhana, you will not be biased. So Buddha Gosa says, some things about Buddha Gosa, I really like it. Even though it's not there in Buddha Dhamma, but some things I like it, what he says. Unless you established Apanna Samadhi, you are not there. You are only in Khanika. And Khanika is no use. Because when challenges hits you, you're broken. And that's the fate of a Sotapanna. He's broken because he's just come into the stream. Nothing great has happened. His Kamachanda remains the same as a Puttujana. His Vyapada remains the same as Puttujana. But he will not do 6 Anantariya Papa Kammas, which anyway nobody does it. So if my interest is to come back to human existence, I've already secured my place. How? I didn't kill my father, so not there. I didn't kill my mother, not there. I didn't injure a Buddha, not there. I didn't kill an Arhat, not there. I didn't create schism in the Sangha, not there. I don't take any other teacher other than Buddha as my teacher, not there. Done. So that's all what is required for Sotapanna. That's it. What else is there? So if somebody is hunting something else other than this, is mad. So if my interest is, am I Sotapanna or not, look at the Chacha Abhitanani Ababhokatum in Ratana Sutta. And that's it. So I'll come back to human existence. If my worry is whether I'll become human or not, I can tell you 100% I'm going to come back to human existence. But will I come to a good human existence? Yes, I'm following the Buddha, so I have my good sila and I believe in Buddha Dhamma Sangha, so I will be born in a good family. With it. It's a good family. So I'll be reborn in a very good family. If that is my worry. So we should pacify like that. Where have I reached? I've reached till here. Only when you reach somewhere, the mind gives up because it's secure. So it gives up the previous one. So it will now go for the higher one. If I myself don't know where I've reached, what is that I can do? So there's always an underlying fear. So jhana cannot happen in fear. Jhana is a state where there's no fear. It's not about sila or no sila. It's no fear of fear. There's a fear, you can't get into jhana. Absolutely not, because it's completely restlessness. So how can you be in jhana when you're in fear of anything? It can't happen. So so steps should be properly followed because it creates the necessary conditions. Anyway, I need to step out. It's already 10:41 here. So we've spent, I think we have crossed all barriers on this thing, 2 hours, 10 minutes. Hope it helped in understanding what is. Tomorrow we can continue on the jhana again because there's so many things we spoke about. And we can also look at other ways of getting into jhana. So we will see that, and then you can pick up whichever suits you.